Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I felt like this was the right fragrance to review for you today on Valentine's Day. This is, after all, a delicious gourmand fragrance and probably one of the best, if not the best for me from this house. This is Zoologist Perfumes B, this one right here. So many great fragrances out there these days. In fact, this was featured in my top 20 of 2019 video. But I felt like I wanted to hold off to review it for you guys because there were a few other reviews launching around the time I had received the bottle. This was sent to me. But finally today, it's all about Zoologist Perfumes B. You're also going to have a chance at winning a mini bottle of B or a sample set of the entire collection from Zoologist Perfumes. So if you want to find out about B, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. That's right, today it's all about B. It is a very, very delicious fragrance. It's all about honey, sticky, gooey, flowy, molassesy, and other things as well. I'm going to tell you all about it. But if this is your first time tuning into my channel and you love watching fragrance reviews, finding out about new fragrances, discovering new brands, and of course participating in giveaways and still haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. Yeah, this is my favorite offering from the House of Zoologist Perfumes. In fact, I really love honey in fragrances. I do have a top 20 honey fragrances video. If you haven't caught that, please do so. Unfortunately, this was not launched while that video aired, but it would have made it at the very top. In fact, I feel like this is neck and neck with my other favorite honey fragrance of Back to Black from the House of Killian. But if I was to compare performance and all that good stuff, and I don't really speak about performance and fragrances, I feel like this fragrance B would kick Back to Black's butt. But anyway, they smell different too, so they're nothing alike. Let me tell you all about this. So this is a 2019 launch. It is created by perfumer Cristiano Canali. Its price is $195 for a 60 ml bottle. Its concentration is Extrait de Parfum, so it's very, very concentrated and very, very strong. Some reactions from some people. I do get people that enjoy honey really enjoy it, but even without telling people that I'm wearing a fragrance focused on bee and honey, they say, what is that honey smell? So it definitely smells like honey. So on the notes here, we've got at the top orange, ginger syrup, royal jelly accord. In the heart you've got Broom, Heliotrope, Mimosa, orange flower. In the base you've got Benzoin, Labdanum, Musks, Sandalwood, Tonka bean, and vanilla. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. And as you can see, the juice here, it's nice and golden yellow, leaning on orange. So the experience of this fragrance is very yellow to me. In fact, I think the yellow flowers really, really stand out. There's a big, big mimosa note in here that is really, really prominent. In fact, this would have probably been featured in my mimosa fragrances video, but I decided to leave it off because my guest in that video does not like gourmands, absolutely. So it was a good idea to leave that off. In fact, the guest I'm talking about is Dahlia, and we've done a lot of videos together around this house, but as you know, she does not like her gourmands, and this would not have been a pleasant review. But I'm a fan of gourmands. I love sweet fragrances. That's why I want to tell you all about this one. So this one starts off very citrusy and orangey at the top with some zingy ginger syrup, but it does focus on that royal jelly accord. And in fact, royal jelly, I'm going to read to you from a quote from Wikipedia. Royal jelly is a honeybee secretion that is used in the nutrition of larvae as well as adult queens. It is secreted from the glands in the hypopharynx of nurse bees and fed to all larvae in the colony, regardless of sex or caste. Can us humans eat royal jelly? Well, according to Wikipedia, royal jelly is collected and sold as a dietary supplement for humans, but the European Food Safety Authority has concluded that the current evidence does not support the claim that consuming royal jelly will give health benefits to humans. So after all, it is focusing on royal jelly, but it is created by or secreted by the bees, and it is honey after all. So it is focusing on that note. And in fact, that particular note, the royal jelly accord, is what's pretty much playing the fragrance here. It is the star of the show, and you gotta love that kind of a smell. It does smell like honey after all, and it is the main player here. So that is dominating the fragrance even at the top. the royal jelly accord, but it also dominates the fragrance throughout the whole life of the fragrance. In the heart, though, is when you experience the yellow flowers. The broom comes in, heliotrope comes in, and heliotrope throws in some almondy-like accords here. In fact, when I wear this fragrance, it reminds me of breakfast with almond cookies and honey, almond scones or almond biscuits, and then butter, and scooping on top of the biscuits or scones and covering it with honey, which is one of my favorite things to do for breakfast. I absolutely love buttermilk biscuits or scones spread with butter and then, you know, honey on top of it. That is just like one of the most coziest, comforting experience for me. I love it. In fact, when I go to England, I love to have that for breakfast. But here you experience that along with the flowers. So the fragrance at the heart is very, very floral and powdery. It's all about the flowers here. The orange flower also does make a presence. In fact, I find that to be a secondary player in the fragrance here. So the fragrance dries down to a more ambery, honeyed caramel-like experience, where the benzoin is pretty much running the show with the labdanum. There are some musks thrown in there as well, and of course the vanilla comes in. So the vanilla, the benzoin, and the labdanum is what's basically the player at the base section of the fragrance, but you're still picking up the honey. It does have traces of the honey in there, and as I said, that royal jelly accord is the main player of the fragrance. You've got to love honey to enjoy this fragrance, and you've got to love sweet fragrances to enjoy this fragrance. It is basically the star of the show, and I keep stressing that. I mean, it is named after a bee after all. It is the bee, and for me, I find that bees are such an important creature in our lives. I think the fact that they're going extinct, if this is true, it would be a very, very sad thing. I love honey. I love consuming it. I love it when it's not so strong and concentrated as far as flavor goes, because I like my honey to be more lighter, maybe like with orange blossom or the honey from the orange blossom or lavender gives it a unique twist with the flavor. I like them light so that it doesn't overpower the butter and the bread when I scoop it on top of my morning breakfast food items, or, you know, mixing it with tea. Just want that nice, beautiful, sweet honey flavor. In fact, and I want to say again, they're very, very important for me as far as creatures or insects or animals go. And it's a great representation of the bee. I think not only do we get the honey, I think we have the entire breakfast in the morning. We've got the almond cookies or the almond bread, and we've got the honey along with tea, because you get another thing with this one. The entire experience is like basically the biscuits with tea and honey all together mixed in. What a wonderful release. I think, as I said, if I had this fragrance during my honey fragrances video, it would have been ranked at the very, very top. In fact, I feel like it is even much better than Back to Black. I mean, I love Back to Black. I think it's one of my favorite fragrances from by Kilian, but it has a very light and not so dense experience with it. It smells great, don't get me wrong, but here you get honey, but you get all the density with it and the thickness with it. You experience it when you're wearing it, and it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. Best Zoologist Perfumes fragrance for me. How about you? Are you a fan of bee? Have you tried it yet? Do you like honey in fragrances? What are your thoughts about this particular fragrance and all the notes that I told you? Don't forget, it is slightly powdery. It is very, very sweet. There are caramelly nuances, of course, and an ambery dry down, balsamic and resinous dry down. What a wonderful fragrance. It's definitely a winner in my book. And now's your chance to win a mini bottle of Zoologist Perfumes B. Or if you don't want the mini bottle, you can get the sample set. We have one winner worldwide. And let me know what your favorite food item that you use honey with is. So you've got to come up with some food item that you use honey with, or maybe you don't and you just eat the honey by itself. Please put that down. Also, let me know what you like about this fragrance. Why does bee sound great to you? And lastly, please put down your country. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, or else you won't qualify. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for watching today and learning about bee from Zoologist Perfumes. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Otherwise, please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.